There are approximately 4,000 to 5,000 sufferers in the persistent vegetative state in Taiwan. Right now, it's only possible to serve around 12% of the PVS population, and we're still trying to work out the rest. When a person becomes a PVS sufferer, the crushing economic costs and burden of care that family members face often cause the family to break up and collapse. Behind each persistent vegetative state sufferer, there is always a family who has panicked, given up everything, and at the end lost all hope and is heartbroken. Especially for underprivileged families that encounter such tragedy, it makes a difficult situation even worse. Sympathy for suffering families and respect for their dignity brought about the establishment of the Genesis Social Welfare Foundation. It all began with a sense of compassion. Mr. Cao Qing, the founder of GSWF, was just a retired employee from Taiwan Sugar Corporation. He felt the difficulties of the families having persistent vegetative state sufferers at home, and with a wish of bettering social welfare, he retired early, traveled all over Taiwan for 4 years, and stepped in to help areas of social services that no one else was interested in, merely through the strength of being a concerned citizen. Bit by bit, little by little, with support from many strangers, GSWF was established. Since its establishment in 1986, GSWF has opened hospice after hospice, free of charge to over 1,000 families with persistent vegetative state sufferers. Meanwhile, GSWF has set up persistent vegetative state care homes for the underprivileged in Taipei, Keelung, Huanshan, Banqiao, Xindian, Taoyuan, Hsinchu, Miaoli, Taichung, Caotuan, Doliu, Jiayi, Tainan, Fenchang, Pingdong, and Luodong, and have new sites under construction in Kaohsiung, Hualien, Taidong, and Pingdong. Nursing staffs look after the PVS patients 24 hours a day in 3 shifts, providing care such as feeding, bathing, measuring blood pressure and body temperature, taking care of the excrement, repositioning patients every 2 hours in case they might get bed sores, and constantly checking on their breathing. In 2003, GSWF started trial services for their PVS home-based service, including services such as bathing on the same bed, developed by our foundation, and psychological caring. GSWF discovered that about 60% of persistent vegetative state patients were brain damaged due to car accidents. So in addition to promoting legislation on wearing helmets while riding scooters, GSWF has started visiting schools and teaching children the importance of protecting our heads. Looking into the aging phenomenon in Taiwan society, there are 3 to 4 mentally disabled elderly people in every 100 old people, known as the elderly with dementia. To take care of the elderly who are neglected by society, phone greeting services to those living alone began in 1989. There are volunteers in shifts calling the elderly every day. If the social workers get no response from an elderly person after calling 3 times, they will immediately inform their family, friends, or neighbors. In addition to phone greetings, the foundation also organized an elderly leisure activity center where active older people can enrich their lives by playing mahjong or chess, reading papers and magazines, meeting new friends, and engaging their minds. In spring and autumn, there are hiking activities for the elderly to get outdoors for some fresh air. GSWF and Huashan are going to set up community halfway stations in 369 towns and cities all over Taiwan to allow the elderly who suffer from disabilities and dementia to live a comfortable life in their own homes. Our foundation praises the idea of humanitarianism, never giving up on public services that most organizations ignore. Starting in 1991, we walked into the streets of Wanhua district of Taipei, offering winter clothes and supplies to the homeless, celebrating festivals such as Dragon Boat Festival and Mid-Autumn Festival with them, and organizing year-end banquets before Chinese New Year for the socially marginalized people who have no home to return to give them a nice, warm reunion dinner. We are helping the homeless access the basic necessities of life and encouraging them to get back on their feet. In 1994, Safe Harbor for the Homeless was established in Wanhua District. Now GSWF and Run On Foundation have made a strategic alliance to set up Safe Harbor for the Homeless in densely populated regions. Working to prevent starvation, coldness, and illness, we not only encourage the homeless to cook on their own, but provide showers, winter clothes, and medical resources. For the elderly, we also provide home care referral services. When the temperature gets below 15 degrees, the Safe Harbor for the Homeless is open to the elderly and weak. Further, we actively arrange employment referrals and vocational rehabilitation. The homeless can even do easy manual labor in the shelter's workshop. GSWF expanded their homeless service in 2008. In March 2009, GSWF started to provide self-reliance projects to assist single mothers in taking care of their families and starting up their own business, or organizing employment counseling courses so they are able to learn some skills to make a living. We began publishing the Genesis PVS magazine in 1988. We uphold the principle of no fundraising visits and deliver messages only, and report the current status of the foundation to all the supporters. To date, hundreds of thousands of issues have been published, which means there have been many strangers in our society supporting public welfare a long time. There are even more supporters who have directly joined the foundation's work, assisting with general services. They are always there, whether delivering magazines every month, phoning greetings to the elderly, or keeping the PVS sufferers company by their bedsides or in the streets. They generously offer their time and efforts to contribute to society. Over the years, besides the volunteers behind the foundation, there have always been donations and sponsorships trickle in bit by bit from all our friends, who always support GSWF, Huashan, and Renan to carry on. And with each donation, there is always a receipt issued, and the receipts are all declared to the government. Some friends even donate their uniform invoices to match prize-winning numbers. Each invoice is equivalent to half a bite of food, representing heart and hope. This slow but steady support has encouraged GSWF, Huashan, and Run On Foundations to keep on walking down this long road together. GSWF was recognized by the government with the Ministry of the Interior Excellence Award, the 10 Outstanding Peace Award, and the National Civic Service Award.
3个到底的服务，一个是到底，是残障到底；第二个到底是老到底；第三个到底是穷到底，是植物人、痴呆老人给流浪汉。我们大家一起来努力，给这些人服务。谢谢各位。
There are currently around 4,000 to 5,000 PVS sufferers, over 100,000 elderly people with dementia, and hundreds of thousands of homeless people longing for help. The Genesis Social Welfare Foundation combines its efforts with its sister foundations, Huashan and Renan, who have continued to establish PVS care homes, community halfway stations, and safe harbor for the homeless in all our communities. Uphold human dignity and respect lives. GSWF, Huashan, and Run On need your support.